from Plans Meet Paper, and today I'm here with my personal size Filofax Malden, and I'm going to film a Plan With Me video for the month of April 2018. So the monthly layout that I will be using here in my personal size planner is this one right here. It's a month on 2 pages, and it's not a fold out this time. I do use fold out inserts a lot of times for my monthly pages, but the last couple months I've been using just the regular month on 2 pages because things have been a little bit less busy at work. I haven't had as many deadlines, so I haven't needed as much space on this monthly layout. So therefore I kind of just downsized a little bit just so I can fit more things in the back part of my planner. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm sure that as my months get more busy in the fall time, I will definitely switch back to the fold out style, or I'll switch up to a bigger size planner like an A5 size Filofax or something like that. But right now this is working for me. So I'll show you. This was my March 2018. I did yellow as my color, my theme kind of for the month. And then you'll see here, basically all I do to plan out my month, I use undated printables. So I just write the month at the top. I list out the days. Any days that are not part of the current month, I kind of block off with some washi tape. Occasionally, here I'll show you some other months. Occasionally I'll use some washi tape to mark off other important days throughout the month as well. Here's January. So this month I used the washi tape to do my no school days, but basically it's kind of the same general setup each time. And I use a highlighter also, and the highlighter I use to mark off things that are personal or home events, and then things that are not personal or home events are my work activities, and those are not highlighted. So that's the only kind of, not color coding, but the only coding that I do on my monthly layout is I just use one highlighter, and I use that highlighter to mark off my personal events versus my work events. So that is how I set up my month. And on my layout as well, I do have a goals section on the front page of the monthly layout, and it has 4 hexagons where I usually put my home, work, health, and personal goals. It has a little to-do list section for the month, and then on the back page of the monthly layout, it has some lined paper. You can see March has been super busy, and I haven't even had a chance to fill that out or use it for much of anything, but some months I do really use it. For instance, let's see, this month in February, we had family coming to visit, so I used it to kind of jot down some ideas for different things we could do when she was in town. So I do use that sometimes. Sometimes it just ends up being blank if the month speeds by. So that is how my month is going to look. What I use for future planning are these month on 1 page printables. So you can see this is my March future plan. And then I've got through the rest of the year here, through the rest of 2018, I've got April, May, June, July, etc., all the way through the rest of the year. These are nice because they're so condensed, so you can fit a whole month on 1 page, and there's just 1 line per day, and then it has the little monthly calendar up at the top so you can see which day of the week it is. And that's what I use for future planning. So you can see I've already got quite a few things written down for April of things that are coming up this month, and those will all get transferred to my monthly view. Now that this month is actually here, I like to have a better visual of what's going on each week, and that's why I switch it over to this bigger layout. Also, this future plan doesn't necessarily include anything that's recurring. For instance, like my dog's flea medication that we give him every single month, that is not on here, but I do put it on my monthly view every time because I don't want to forget it when that actual day comes. Other things are, I have some recurring tasks at work that I don't put on here, but that I do put on my monthly layout, because this is what I really refer to throughout the month when I'm planning my weeks and when I'm kind of looking forward to the next week, this is what I look at to determine if I have time to do something or if I have an appointment or kind of what's going on. So I like to put more detail on this month on 2-page layout than I do just on my future plan. This is strictly like appointments and like going out of town, holidays, big things that I know way in advance. So I hope that makes sense. Probably for this video, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take these pages out of my planner and start going through it. I'll put some music on for you guys to listen to while you watch, and then I'll probably come back at the end and kind of point out how I did it, what I did, and hopefully address any questions that came up throughout. So hope you guys enjoy watching. Pop on real quick and show you guys the supplies that I'm going to be using. All I've done so far is just put my kind of headers on. So I labeled the month, I put my titles on my little goal hexagons, and then I put all my dates in. And the supplies that I'm going to be using, I use the same pen all the time in my planner. It is a Pilot Friction pen with a 0.5 tip. And I just order refills for this, and I've been using it for years. It's by far my favorite pen. It erases really nicely, and it's very clear and defined on the page, so always use that pen. I am going to be using one highlighter, and that is going to be this mild liner in a nice blue color, kind of a medium blue, and I got this in a 3-pack of mild liner highlighters on Amazon. I'm going to be using this washi tape. It's a floral design. I got it from Michael's, and I probably will use my paper trimmer to trim this in half. As you can see, it's a pretty thick washi tape, and thick washi tape on a tiny little personal size page doesn't work out so well, so I just use my paper trimmer and trim it right in half down the middle. I'm also going to use probably this teal color of washi tape to mark off the days that aren't included in this month. And I'm hoping that those two will kind of go together pretty well. So those are the supplies that I'm going to be using. Probably also a pair of scissors just to trim my washi tape. And that's it. Pretty simple for the month of April. Okay, so here is my monthly plan for April 2018. And you kind of saw as I went through, I just put in my events off of my future planning calendar. I went through and I put in my recurring events for work and for home. And some of those are just like once monthly recurring reports and things that are due. And then other ones are weekly recurring. So how I do weekly recurring is I just put them either at the bottom of the top or the page, and then I draw an arrow pointing up or pointing down. So up here at the top, on these days that are not part of April, that's where I put my recurring tasks for my job. So every Monday I have to do these reports. Every Thursday I try to catch up on filing. Every Friday I do another report that I do each week, and I just kind of drew an arrow so that every week I remember that happens on those days. And then same thing down at the bottom, I put my recurring weekly tasks for my home. So I try to film on a certain day, I try to edit on a certain day, we go grocery shopping on a certain day, and I kind of did those on the bottom this month. And as I mentioned at the beginning, the highlighter just marks off which things are my personal life or home related, and then the things that are not highlighted are for my job. I do have a trip coming up this month, so that's what I used the fun floral washi tape for. And then the blue washi tape is just to mark off the days that are not part of the month. I've got my goals laid out here at the beginning of the month and some big monthly to-dos that I want to start working on. And then I've got some notes sections set up on the back that I will fill out throughout the month. So that's what I've got going on for April 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them down in the box down below, and I would be happy to get back to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.